Here we're looking at about a 2008 BMW 730 Li. Now you're probably saying there is no such thing. Oh yes there is, here in Thailand, the BMW 730 Li. And what am I looking at here? This is an N52 3-liter normally aspirated inline 6-cylinder engine. I have never seen this engine in a 7 Series BMW, but here it is, here in Thailand. Now behind it is the ZF 6HP automatic transmission, and this is a nice package. You'll notice here in the 7 Series that I have lots of room. So yes, lots of room. There I can clearly see my pre-catalyst oxygen sensors. Now here's something interesting. We're looking at that carefully. Yep. We have 2 exhaust manifolds, 2 separate catalysts, and there's the pre-catalyst oxygen sensor. One thing that oftentimes you find here in Thailand is you may not necessarily have a post-catalyst oxygen sensor. We're just not going to worry about that here. Here we see our anti-lock brake module. There's the module, valve body, and motor assembly. This is my pressurized coolant reservoir. Now, this is the Thai market, so the steering wheel is going to be over here on the right side. And I believe what's hiding here, this is my cabin air filter. So obviously my master cylinder and brake fluid reservoir are going to be hiding underneath this. Now this isn't normally aspirated inline 6-cylinder. I do have the Valvetronic, so I'm actually throttling the engine by controlling the degree of opening of the intake valve. And this is something that BMW had developed and been very successful with. So here we see the N52. It's the new generation engine. And let's take a look. Let's move around here. And there we see the intake manifold. It's made out of plastic, and if you're going to get at the starter motor, we're going to have to remove the intake manifold. Here we see this is a cover for the oil to coolant heat exchanger. So this is my oil cooler, and this is the cap for my cartridge style oil filter. There we see our alternator, not too bad to get at. And here we see, of course, our air cleaner, and there's my mass airflow meter. Now this big compartment here, you're wondering, what in the world is this big plastic box for? This is actually a residence cavity. This is going to tune or adjust the sound that the engine is making there as it's accelerating. Now, there's quite a art to this. This is like designing the organ pipe for a church organ. I wanted to have a very pleasing aesthetic sound, so a lot of trouble has gone through to get that proper resonance chamber, that proper tuning. And of course, if I were to simply bypass this section of plastic tubing, just put a regular tube there, then of course obviously that would be gone, and I would probably have a little more of aggressive throaty sound. But that's what they're doing there. That is to adjust the sound there within the engine, of the engine. Okay, and here we have an electric water pump. Yes, the N52 uses an electric water pump, and that electric water pump is hiding down here in this lower, and I'm going to call that the right-hand corner of the engine. And the beauty of the 7 Series is that I have enough room where I can actually see everything. Because normally within a 7 Series BMW, I'm either going to have an N62 or N63 V8. So a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder is very unusual, but not for Thailand.